So some people ask me the question, well, James, do we script everything or do we just go by the seat of our pants? And I'd have to say the answer really is personal preference. I tend to do a bit of both, and by that I mean I tend to plan out what I'm going to say, you know, the opening, the touch points along the way, and then maybe the wrap up, and then I just speak. That's because the subject matter I'm talking about is near and dear to my heart. I do this every day. This is kind of like just who I am and part of who I've become. If this was a subject that I wasn't particularly familiar with, then I would probably need to script it more closely. Now the problem with scripting is, right now I'm just talking to the camera, you know, it's just you and me, and we're just having a chat. But if I was going off script, then either I'd have to learn it and then memorize it and then talk at the camera, which is a skill unto itself, or I would need a teleprompter. Now I don't know about you, but first of all, that's a piece of kit I don't possess. You can get them, you can build them. But the issue with a teleprompter is you're reading the words on the teleprompter, which is fine because, you know, you're looking where you're supposed to look. But because people have a tendency to focus so sort of intently on what they're saying, they forget to smile, they forget to be animated, they forget to do what they need to do, and it comes off as very flat. I mean, you know, the folks who read the news, if you've ever tried using a teleprompter, you'll begin to get a new appreciation of our online telecasters, because reading a teleprompter and actually looking relaxed and coming off, you know, in an engaging fashion is really quite a skill. I can't do it. So I memorize my openings, my bullet points, and my closing, and then here's a secret. Most people don't know what you're going to say anyway, so you know what? I'd say go with what makes you most comfortable. Oh, and one last thing. You can always stitch it together in post-production, which means you can remember, like you could be holding up a piece of paper and you could look down, you can memorize a paragraph, then you look at the camera and you smile and you say what you were going to say, and then you stop. And then you look down at the piece of paper and you read some more, and then you look back at the camera and you say those things and you stop. And then when you're done, you take this video, which has all these really cool pieces of you speaking and then looking down and then speaking and then looking down and speaking, and you cut out all the crappy bits. And you'll end up with this tight video that makes you look really professional. There's an awful lot you can do in editing after. They call it post-production, but you know, it just means editing your work. And by the way, speaking about editing your work, post-production is really time-consuming. So if you can get your video shoots right first time, or damn near it, then you'll save yourself quite a bit of time in post. If it takes 10 minutes to film a video, and then it takes you half an hour to edit out all the screw-ups, you know, you're at 40 minutes. Whereas if you've done a little bit of prep work beforehand, and then got on camera and filmed it, and, you know, got it right in the first or second take, you know, and then are able to use that video, then you've just saved yourself a whack load of time. Anyway, my name's James Birchall. I hope you found this tip useful.